Yo, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time you are tuning in to this broadcast. This is Coach Issues, whatever you want to call me. Um, let's talk some boxing, man. I'm out here live on location, uh, trying to get a little lunch. I'm not even eating over here at Barbaritos. I'm over here at this spot over here, Flying Biscuit, out in Athens, Georgia. I just happen to be sitting in front of Barbaritos. Anyway, listen, man, I've been talking about this all morning. I've been seeing it in my feed, and some people hit me up on WhatsApp, and instead of just leaving a whole bunch of messages to people responding who sent me the video, I'm gonna just make a video in response to Micheal Jai White. Okay, first of all, I have a lot of respect for Micheal Jai White. I think Micheal Jai White is top 5 martial art action stars, still currently working. You know what I'm saying? Jackie Chan is the GOAT. Jet Li fell off. Jackie Chan is the GOAT. Bruce Lee started the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as realistic martial arts and movies, started with Bruce. Even though that genre existed, it was more operatic. The martial arts were always more operatic. That's why you've seen, people flying and magical powers and all that. You know what I'm saying? So Bruce Lee brought the realism, real martial arts realism to cinema. You know what I'm saying? That's one of his legacies. And Micheal Jai White, there's been a lot of people who's carried on that legacy. Jason Statham, Wesley Snipes, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and Micheal Jai White is one of them. Scott Adkins, Micheal Jai White is one of them, right? Micheal Jai White is someone who I respect tremendously, not just as a martial arts actor, but as a martial artist and a fighter. His dedication to the craft of fighting, I respect. I respect it, right? With that being said, his comments that he made about Terence Crawford really bother me. They really bother me because here's the thing. Number one, right? He's coming out now. Like why not just fighter to fighter? Why not just give him his credit and just say, you know what I'm saying? I know Micheal Jai White be getting on these interviews and saying stuff, for views and clicks and this and that, whatever, you know what I mean? Just like the whole controversial thing that he said about Bruce Lee, which in all honesty, and I'm a huge Bruce Lee fan. I got the books. I subscribe to some of his fighting philosophies. Quiet as kept, his 1-inch punch is very instrumental in boxing. You know what I'm saying? The use of the 1-inch punch, I teach it to my students. You know what I mean? I used to practice the 1-inch punch, and I use it when I box. You know what I'm saying? I use it when I box, and I use it when I teach boxing. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to strike with that lead hand. So that 1-inch punch, that's just one thing. So Bruce Lee is somebody who I respect tremendously. You know what I mean? And as a martial artist, especially someone like a Micheal Jai White who is now living the legacy, like you're thriving, you know what I'm saying, in a genre that Bruce Lee started. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, martial arts movies before Bruce Lee was all, operatic and, and they flying and they floating and all this other stuff. Bruce Lee wanted to change the culture of martial arts cinema by adding real, practical martial arts in movies. And that craze birthed the action genre that we have today. Everything from John Wick to The Equalizer. You could credit that to Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? So for him to come out and be like, I beat Bruce Lee easily, which in all honesty, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. I don't think he's wrong. You know what I mean? I think, you had a time warp and you can because they were both actors. It's not like Bruce Lee was a professional fighter. They were both actors with a little bit of real fight experience. Michael Jai White is an actor with real fight experience. He actually competed. Bruce Lee actually competed in some way, shape, form, or fashion before becoming a movie star. Michael Jai White competed. There's footage of him fighting karate. You know what I'm saying? So he's a legitimate martial artist, and him and Bruce Lee, their credentials are similar. You know what I'm saying? Their credentials are similar. Martial art discipline is different, but their credentials are similar. Bruce Lee is 130 pounds. Michael Jai White is damn near 200. You know what I'm saying? And he's fast too. He's fast too. He's fast, he's quick, all that. Like Bruce Lee against Michael Jai White in a real fight, I got Michael Jai White. So I don't think he's wrong. I just thought he was disrespectful for saying it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with you being, like if you was an actual mixed martial artist and you competed and you was not in the lane that Bruce Lee started, right? Some people say Bruce Lee is the father of mixed martial arts, but honestly, mixed martial arts has been going on for a long time before Bruce. Bruce was just the most famous one to put a whole bunch of different martial arts together and you know what I'm saying? What's going on, bro? Put a whole bunch of martial arts together and you know, into a system in a sense, right? But he didn't start it. He wasn't the first one to do it. So although some people credit him for mixed martial arts and you know, as a whole, more specifically, martial arts cinema is what he pioneered. So he built that house. You know what I'm saying? And you are now, you know, thriving in that house that he built. So for you as a martial arts actor to come out and say, man, yeah, I beat Bruce Lee, that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Because to be real, if I'm gonna just use my analytical brain and say, oh yeah, 1 + 1 = 2, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But you never fought him, so you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You never fought him, so you don't know. We really don't know the scope of what Bruce Lee was capable of because none of us was around and seen him. You know what I'm saying? He might really be that fast. He might really be that powerful where your weight advantage won't match up. You could really get in there just like when Errol Spence fought Terence Crawford. Everybody thought it was a 50-50 fight till they got in there and against Terence Crawford, they realized how slow Errol Spence really was. So it could be the same situation. You get in there with Bruce Lee and realize, man, he way faster than you. And he hit way harder than you, even though you bigger. You know what I'm saying? So he's not necessarily wrong by what he said. He was disrespectful by saying it. And I bring that up just to segue into this same thing. Like that rubbed me the wrong way, even though I like Michael Jai White, I like his movies and I respect him. That rubbed me the wrong way a little bit for that reason. And I was telling people when that was a hot topic and people was bringing it up, you know, me and my dad had a conversation about it. And it was like, yeah, he's you know, that makes sense what he's saying, but he's disrespectful by saying it. And I feel like he's being disrespectful to Terence Crawford by after the fact. Like if it would have came out before the fight and said, you know, if he beats Errol Spence, I kind of don't give him no credit because I have inside information that Errol Spence is compromised. Then that would have been a hot take. We're like, whoa, wait a minute, because we just saw him beat the hell out of Dennis Ugas. Because he did beat the hell out of Dennis Ugas. And after beating the hell out of Dennis Ugas, no one was saying Errol Spence was compromised. In fact, people was using that win to justify why they felt like Errol Spence was going to totally beat the crap out of Terence Crawford. Because everyone delegitimized his win against Sean Porter. Everybody. Same thing they doing now to Errol Spence. They did it to Sean Porter before him. When he beat Sean Porter, it was, oh, Sean Porter didn't train, and Sean Porter was on his way out anyway. That's why he retired after the fight. When he beat Kell Brook, it was, oh, Kell Brook was already compromised from losing to Terence Crawford, to Errol Spence, even though they didn't consider him compromised after he lost to Triple G. When he fought Errol Spence, no one considered him compromised then, even though he actually was compromised. When he fought Terence Crawford, he had already healed. He was already coming off a 3-fight win streak. When he fought Errol Spence, he had just lost to Triple G. So nobody was saying that then, but they picked when he beat, when Terence Crawford beat him, then, oh, he's compromised. When he beat Benavidez, it was, oh, Benavidez got shot in the leg before. Benavidez only got one leg. When he beat Amir Khan, oh, Amir Khan's, he's past his prime, and he got a glass chin. When he beat Jeff Horn, it was like, oh, Jeff Horn's trash. Jeff Horn is this, he's a bum. You know what I mean? He didn't deserve that win over Pacquiao. Throughout this man's whole entire welterweight tenure, they've been discrediting and discounting his victories. And that was the reason why people were saying Errol Spence is going to walk through Terence Crawford. Because, yeah, he had the accident, but he came back from that. You seen that when he fought Danny Garcia. Then he fought Ugas. Look what he did to Ugas. Look what he did. Sean Porter couldn't even do that to Ugas. Look what he did to Ugas. He stopped Ugas. No one's ever stopped Ugas. Terence Crawford, he beat a Sean Porter that was already on his way out the door. This is what everybody was saying. Now, one time in those conversations, did Michael Jai White come out and say, nah, I think Errol Spence is going to lose to Terence Crawford because he's not the same fighter. Yeah, I know y'all saw what y'all saw against Ugas, but he really is he's not ready for Terence Crawford. He didn't come out and say that. In fact, I never seen a video of him predicting who was going to win, but I'm pretty sure, because if that was his prediction, that would have been a hot take from him. And I'm pretty sure if you talk to people in his circle, they'd be like, yo, he picked Errol Spence to win. He probably picked Errol Spence to win. You know what I'm saying? So after the fact, you're going to come out and, oh, he wasn't this, and trying to throw salt on the man and discredit what. That's corny, man. That's corny, bro. And as a fighter, you know what I'm saying? You should have more respect for that man and what he did against Errol Spence.
Excuse that.
Nah, you good. You should have more respect for that man for what he did to Errol Spence. At least enough respect not to say it now. You just saying it now for clicks and views. Not to say it now. Even if that's what you believe. Oh, you know what? That's what I believe, but, you know, I'm going to give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? I believe Manny Pacquiao was a little bit compromised when he fought Floyd Mayweather. I don't publicly say that, though. And I don't even really privately hold that too hard. Even though I value Manny Pacquiao over Floyd Mayweather, even though, you know what I'm saying, to me, Manny Pacquiao is higher on my personal list than Floyd Mayweather's. I'm not saying he's a better boxer or better fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother argument. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is Manny Pacquiao is so great that he wasn't even supposed to have been in the ring with Floyd Mayweather in the first place. He's too small. Floyd Mayweather started his career at 130. Manny Pacquiao started his career at 100 pounds. 100 pounds. So that's a whole nother conversation. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? You ask me, Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao easily. That's what happened. I make no excuses. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give Floyd Mayweather his props. Even though, me personally, Manny Pacquiao is higher in my book. I ain't saying he's better. I'm saying he's higher in my book for a number of different reasons. So the fact that he's coming out now talking about, oh, you know, just basically taking away from what Bud did, man. Like, you know, I didn't like Tyson Fury. I still somewhat personally don't like Tyson Fury. And at one point, I didn't respect what he brought to the boxing game. You know what I mean? I thought his win over Klitschko was corny. I thought, you know, this and that. I had a lot to say about Tyson Fury leading up to the Deontay Wilder fight. Even after the Deontay Wilder, the first loss, I was one of those people that was like, oh, well, you know, yeah, he this and that, and you know what I mean, glove gate and all this other stuff. Then I watched him demolish him the third time. And after I seen him demolish him the third time, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this man his props. He's one of the most special fighters I've ever seen. I gotta give him his props. You know what I'm saying? So just get a man his props, man. And if for no other reason but the fact that from fighter to fighter, he's a fighter, you a fighter, and you know that everyone's been discounting everything that this man has done. He is a two-time undisputed champion. Never happened in the history of the sport outside of Clarissa Shields. Never happened in male boxing in the 100-year history of it. Two-time undisputed. You know how hard that is? Get that man his props, man, and stop hating. That's my message to Micheal White. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Let's talk about it. Peace and love.